The apartment was old, the wallpaper was peeling, and the floorboards creaked. There was a faint smell of dust and time, as if traces of the past were hidden in every corner. But for its size and location, it was incredibly cheap. This was a golden opportunity for Elias. Elias, a writer struggling financially, saw this as a chance to focus on his work without worrying about rent. The landlady, Mrs. Hemlock, was a frail woman who seemed to hold old secrets in her gaze. Their first encounter was unforgettable. She handed the keys to Elias with an unsettling smile. "This place is a steal. Appreciate it," she said. Elias didn't mind the woman's strange demeanor. He was grateful to have found an affordable place. This was a new beginning for him. The apartment was spacious, with high ceilings and faded floral wallpaper. Every corner bore the marks of the past. As evening fell, Elias discovered a strange detail. A door at the end of the hallway that wasn't on the floor plan Mrs. Hemlock had given him. This door piqued Elias's curiosity. The floorboards creaked under his feet, like a symphony of age and history. With every step, echoes of the past could be heard. The door was old. Years of wear and tear could be felt in every corner. It was painted matte grey, blending with the shadows. Its surface was smooth as if it had never been used. There was no handle or hinges. This door seemed to be hiding a secret, his curiosity growing. Elias examined the blueprint again. The hallway ended with a bathroom, but this door wasn't on the plan. This mysterious door wasn't mentioned at all. Elias wondered if there was a mistake. He ran his fingers over the icy, cold, smooth surface. A shiver ran down his spine. This door made him uneasy. He dismissed it as a quirk of the old building, but the curiosity inside him wouldn't rest. The next morning, Elias decided to ask Mrs. Hemlock about the door. He wanted to solve this mystery. He found her tending her overgrown garden. "The door," Elias began, "at the end of the hallway." Mrs. Hemlock slowly straightened up, her gaze distant. "Door? What door?" "There's no door there, young man," she said, bewildered. She waved him off dismissively and returned to her gardening. Elias stood there, confused. With a knot of unease in his stomach, Elias ran back to the apartment. The door was still there, as if waiting for him. The unmarked door began to consume Elias's thoughts. It became a constant presence, a silent observer at the periphery of his vision. At night, the apartment seemed to come alive with strange sounds. He would hear faint whispers coming from the hallway just outside his bedroom door. One night he was awakened by a distinct tapping sound coming from the direction of the mysterious door. It was rhythmic, like fingers drumming on wood. He lay there, paralyzed with fear, until the tapping faded into an unsettling silence. The next day, Elias was determined to get to the bottom of the mystery. He went to the building manager's office and asked to see the building plans. The large, stern-looking manager pulled out the plans, but just like the plan Mrs. Hemlock had given him, this one made no mention of the door. Elias returned to his apartment, confused. Was he going crazy? He had 1,000 questions in his head, but no answers. He walked down the hallway, his hand trailing along the wall. With each step, he felt the cold surface of the wall. He stopped where the door should have been, but there was no door. It was as if it had never existed. He blinked, his heart pounding in his chest. The hallway was solid, the wall undisturbed. But Elias's mind was a mess. Days turned into weeks, and Elias tried to convince himself that the door was a figment of his imagination, but it wasn't easy. But the strange sounds continued. The dark hallway haunted Elias. He would hear whispers from within the walls, footsteps, and the occasional blood-curdling scream. These sounds kept him awake at night. Then, one evening, Elias saw it as he returned from the grocery store. He couldn't believe his eyes. At the end of the hallway, bathed in the dim light of the street lamp filtering through the window, stood the door. The door, as if waiting for him. A cold, paralyzing fear gripped him. Elias didn't know what to do. He wanted to run, to flee the apartment and never look back. But his feet wouldn't obey. But a strange compulsion drew him towards the door, like a moth to a flame. Elias took a step towards the door.